I was working with the rescue and they called me and said, hey, there are two kittens at the shelter that, can you pick them up? They both have upper respiratory infections and one of them has some type of mobility issue. We think it's cerebellar hypoplasia. I have three special needs cats, Java, Tiny, and Paco. We adopted Tiny in 2015. She has a club foot. Paco I pulled from a shelter in 2017 for a rescue. His litter had been there for about 4 months and he was about 6 months old, so that at their peak socialization time, they were in a kennel. I went up there and got them and they pulled Java out of the kennel and she just was like dirty and poor little thing. Her eyes were all runny. She had a fever coat. So we got them home and for the first 24 hours, she absolutely hated me, like passionately hated me. And it kind of made me fall in love with her. I took her to the vet and the vet immediately realized that she was paralyzed and incontinent and that I would need to express her bladder several times a day. And I will never forget the cold finger of fear, like running down my spine when she told me that. I was like, I don't think I can do that. Like, I've never been trained. I don't know how to do this. But as it turned out, it actually was really fairly easy to learn how to express her bladder. We didn't know if it was something where she would be able to walk again eventually. So we did a lot of physical therapy and acupuncture and stuff. After a few months of that, then we ended up doing the MRI because I just wanted to know. And they said, no, she's not going to be able to walk. The fracture of her spine was in a place and that wouldn't happen. And that's fine. She gets around great. She is really fast, scooting around. We got her a wheelchair. She hates it. My main worry was that I traveled a lot for work and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was talking to a friend of mine and she was like, why don't you just bring her with you? And I was like, oh, yeah, I think I can bring her with me. Because she's just like in public, she was just, it didn't faze her a bit. Tiny is like the sweetest, most affectionate little dainty princess. She never does anything wrong. She's always friendly. Paco is really active and energetic and loves to play. Paco and Tiny are really bonded. And so they spend a lot of time grooming each other, laying together and stuff. I always find them cuddled up somewhere. Java is also a little bit sassy, which I get a kick out of. I think if she had use of her back legs, she might need to be like an only cat. Like she's that feisty. They have changed my life in so many ways. I have so many rewarding moments with them. One of the things that I didn't realize when we adopted pets with special needs was how deep the bond was going to grow. I've had a lot of pets and had a lot of very close relationships with pets, but the bond between me and my special needs cats is so strong. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's something that I don't think is talked about enough because it really is awesome.